All right, let's get right into it. We're going to talk about a skill that honestly can change everything for you, your career, your finances. I'm talking about negotiation. And today we're going to zero in on one single super powerful idea that can totally flip how you get what you want.
Come on, you know the feeling, right? That sinking sensation. You walk out of the room, you're playing the whole thing back in your head, and you just know you left money on the table. It's so frustrating and way, way too common. And that feeling, well, it really gets at the heart of what you could call the negotiator's dilemma. See, we want to be fair, right? We don't want to come off as too aggressive or greedy, but at the same time, we definitely don't want to sell ourselves short. So what do you do? How do you crack that code?
Well, the solution is, believe it or not, surprisingly simple, but it is incredibly powerful. It's a strategy that just flips the whole script upside down. We're calling it the ask for more strategy. And it's all about a mental shift, you know? You stop asking for what you think is fair and you start asking for what's possible.
This right here, this is a total reframing of the entire goal. The big idea is to stop putting a ceiling on yourself before the conversation even starts. It's about starting with a much bigger, bolder vision of what you can actually get.
So let's make this real. Let's say you're going in for a raise. Your actual goal, the number you really want, is an extra $5,000. Now, using this strategy, you don't ask for 5. You open with an ask of 7. And why? Well, that extra 2 grand, it isn't greed. It's your strategic safety net.
And that safety net we just mentioned, it actually has a name. It's your safety margin. And really understanding what this is, really getting it, is the absolute key to making this strategy work without you ever feeling like you're being unreasonable. Okay, so your safety margin isn't just some random number you pull out of thin air. No way. It is a calculated buffer. It's the space you build right into your opening offer on purpose. And that space gives you the flexibility to make concessions, which, by the way, is a totally normal and expected part of any negotiation. And check this out. This visualizes it perfectly. You've got your real goal down here, the 5 grand. Then, way up here, you've got your initial, bold ask of 7 grand. That gap, that highlighted $2,000 difference, that is your concession room. That's your power. It's the sandbox where the real negotiation gets to happen. Which brings us right to the psychology of it all, what we can call the art of concession. Probably the biggest fear people have is looking greedy, right? But this strategy, it's not about being greedy, not at all. It's about understanding what makes a negotiation feel like a success for everybody involved. Just look at how this plays out. For you, it's a huge win because you can give up that $2,000 without ever touching your real goal. And for them, it's a massive win because they feel successful. They feel like they negotiated you down. They got a deal. They walk away feeling like they won, and you walk away with the exact number you wanted all along. It's just a beautiful, strategic masterpiece. This is the sentence you have to remember. The next time you feel that little bit of hesitation, that fear of asking for more, just repeat this to yourself. Building in a safety margin isn't aggressive. It's a smart, calculated move that actually respects the whole give and take process of a negotiation. So, okay, how do you actually put this into practice? Well, it all boils down to confidence in just understanding the massive power of your very first move. You have to set your tone boldly, right from the jump. This is like rule number 1. Your first number, it becomes the anchor for the entire rest of the conversation. If you ask low, you anchor the whole negotiation down low. But if you make a high, well-reasoned ask, you anchor it high. And that creates a psychological frame that starts working for you immediately. And listen, this isn't just about the number itself. It's about the conviction you have when you say it. Your confidence sends a signal that your number is reasonable, that you've done your homework. If you say it with hesitation, that anchor's not going to hold. So, the takeaway here is pretty simple. Next time you find yourself in a negotiation, build your margin and ask for more. You might be genuinely surprised by what happens. So, what do you think? You ready to give it a shot?